beep beep. Oh, this semi-big YouTuber saw my video on pink noise.
I don't know why so many people are suggesting to use the pink noise method. I tried it, it's complete bullshit. You end up with a weird mix. Trust your ears, trust your experience, compare your music to other people's music. You will eventually end up with a good and balanced mix. The pink noise method is really just for losers.
Said it's for losers, it's garbage, and you know, I got it from my friend that mixes a lot of people's shit, and he's like, Seth, I promise you this technique is a shit, like you use it in the beginning to mix levels, so he didn't even put my name in the title of his video. But who gives a fuck? But today I'm going to teach you how to make Moksi bass lines. We are going to be talking about, you know, everything from beginning to end. It's going to be a very fast video, but that's the point, because if you haven't noticed, most songs that are being played on the radio that are getting big plays, they're not using very complex sound design. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. Now before we continue, I do have to say one thing, ninjas, and this is if you're a true ninja, this is the way I want you to fucking think, okay? If you go on YouTube expecting to learn how to do music production, know that you're going to learn various different methods to achieve one goal, and that is to make your music sound good, to make your drop sound fat. There's going to be various different methods. You might not agree with some, you might agree with others, and that's the point. You watch these videos and you go, okay, this works for me, this doesn't. I love the way this guy did it. I just hope that you guys understand this, because I used to be this way, where if a technique didn't work for me, I said it was trash. And you know, talking to one of my mentors, he just changed my mind completely about this. He's like, yo, Seth, you know, everyone has their way of doing things, and your job is you're learning from us. You're supposed to get what you like from me, what you like from somebody else, and you combine it, and that's your style of producing, that's your style of mixing. You know, no one's gonna like a certain way, and just because you don't like one way, there's no reason for you to call it trash. And I was like, yo, my dude, those are some very powerful words.
All right, ninja, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna shape the sound. As you guys know, you want to learn how to draw a house before you start coloring it in and making that to come to life. So how do we get the sound of Moksi? Well, the sound of Moksi is usually going to be like fa 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 fa. So there's two ways that we can implement like a wobble. I guess we can call it a whoops. Whoops. And that is going to be one, using envelope 1, which is the amp envelope, and doing that, no sustain and decay. And we can shape it like so. Now, the other way, and I think the way that everyone should go with this, is using an LFO to shape it. So usually, you know, the default LFO is going to give you that wump already in the sound. But Moksi has it set to where it's kind of like a curve like this. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, once we have the sound shape, we are going to be going in here using an analog BD sign. We're also going to use one over here. And this one's going to be set to a volume of 0. This one is going to be the one that's going to be FMing the other one. We don't want to hear this one because we might do some crazy stuff to it. Now, the basic sound of Moksi, in order to get it, we're just going to apply FM from B here. Very simple. And we're just going to put it up. You can already see there. We can also move this wavetail position, because as long as we change this, you're going to alter the FM. As you can see there. Now from here, you can also go up an octave, 2 octaves, to get different pitch intervals. Over here, I have the Yamaha DX7. This invented FM synthesis. Well, it didn't invent it, but it was the first synth to use it. And hopefully you guys can see it in the dark. If not, I'll take a better shot of it or something. But that's the first thing to do it, and this is where I really learned about FM, you know, programming that fucking synth. But pretty much, you know, we have different pitch intervals, and higher pitch intervals are gonna give you more of a cutting, higher piercing sound, but you're gonna lose a lot of body. So just knowing that, you know, you're gonna get that sound. That's why if you hear some of Moksi stuff, you feel like, wow, this sounds kind of empty, but it sounds good. And that's because of the FM pitch intervals. They're going very high and they're losing that body. So just, you know, something to let you guys know. As you can see that now, let's put the LFO 1 in envelope mode so that it only with 1. Notice if I go lower, I can't. So there we have that. Now we can also go -1 +1. So it's up to you as a sound designer that's doing the sounds for your own music to decide, all right, do I really want that high piercings? Yeah, you can layer stuff, but I'm just letting you guys know it doesn't sound as fresh. So make sure that you guys are aware of this. Now, let's say you do want that highness, but you still want to keep the low end, then use a sub, direct out, level down. You're going to use this LFO and drop it there. So now what we're going to have is... Now you might be going like, yo, Sam, why the fuck you add the LFO to the level of the sub? The reason is because if you have ever heard like an amateur producer's bass house track, the sub never lines up with the whomps, and that's because they're using a sub where they don't have this attack to it. So the sub comes in like this already, when in reality it should have this shape as well. So that's going to be a couple of things straight off the bat that we can show you guys. Now we can also use a filter to shape this, so we don't need to have it here. You know, we can have this up, and then we can just use the LFO here to shape it. Now Moksi likes to do this thing where they have a really high resonance to it. So that's how you get that sound. And remember how it sounds like, because then when you want to make a similar sound, you're like, oh yeah, someone taught us to use that resonance thing. Okay, from there we can go and add distortion, and distortion is really going to shape the sound, and the type of distortion you use is really going to affect it. For instance, tube distortion gives us, you know, while let's say sine full, let's lower it down. You know, different kind of vibes there. We also have down sample. Use it with very low drive there. We're gonna have X shaper, which is pretty cool. I really don't know how to use the X shaper, but like I told you guys in the sound design stream I had a couple of weeks last week, usually I like to just put random shapes and see what comes out of it. I'm sure there's theory behind it, but I haven't had the urge to listen to it because it really hasn't shaped anything for me besides, you know, switching between edit A and edit B with the drive knob. For instance, here we can use edit A, and in A, let's, I don't know, let's draw some chi-chis or something. Yeah, let's do some chi-chis. I know if you're an adult watching my video, you're probably gonna be like, damn, Sen, you're so sexual and you're so childish. I'm leaving. And in that case, I'm sorry, I love you too. But yeah, we're gonna add some chi-chis and stuff and see what that does. You know, we switch between the drives, you can see it switching between those. You can also add this if you want, and you can say you're legit, you know, put OTT after it and just be like, but I'm just gonna go with the tube. So very cool sound there, very basic as you can see. Now the cool thing about this is once you have the sound shape, the possibilities are endless, because this is what you need in order to make the sound. Besides that, you can switch the wavetable, be like, I don't like that, let's go with something else. Let's go higher pitch. You know, and that's the thing, let's lower resonance. Add mono legato to that if you want to get that. You know, you're gonna control it there. As you can see, guys, the sound design is very basic. So sometimes you ask yourself, yo, why do I even buy sound banks, Sen? The thing with sound banks is that they do make your life a lot easier, and that's like, you want to make music at a certain time, you don't want to waste your time making sound design. Now we can take this even more complex by adding some warps, some changes to you know, oscillator B. For instance, we can remap it and again draw, you know, I don't know, some chi-chis or whatever you're in the mood for. I'm gonna draw the chi-chis though. I love my chi-chis there, so we're gonna go up here on this, and then we can add that remap. You can see it's going to change the sound. You can even add it, and you get that. Now, one thing I am going to say is keep it simple, guys. A lot of these bass house guys, they're not doing crazy stuff like that. This isn't dubstep. This is fucking bass house. We want to have, you know, very rhythm vibes. You want to dance. You want to have fun. Anyways, ninjas, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, take what I said to with all right, you guys take care. You guys have an amazing day. As always, guys, Soul Revolution is coming out next week. Free project fall on Monday. I'll see you guys then tomorrow.